Good morning, Liz. Oh, welcome everybody to Two Tarts on a Journey. And what a journey it is. In this first part of 2025, we have been experiencing the most extraordinary lifts. I'm not going to say shifts, I'm going to say lifts in energy, because a lot of the energy that we were feeling last year, which I know is um, partly because of the collective energy, um, is dissipating. Um, so I've been really interesting, Liz, in following you. I'll say good morning in a minute. In following your amazing service that you are offering, empowering your purpose, and these beautiful retreats that you are offering, which are light and sound awakening for people who are to looking to enhance this light and this light energy that's coming in, and they are actually experiencing. So I'm going to hand over to you today, and so that you can talk about this just an incredible work that you're doing. Hi.
Good morning, Margaret, and good morning, everyone. Wow, I agree, Margaret. It's just, I love the words you use, lifts in energy, because think it's certainly very, very different. It doesn't, yeah, it shifts, but it's certainly, I feel like shifts with a lighter energy, which lifts in energy sounds amazing.
Yeah.
And yeah, a lot is happening in my world as it is in yours and everyone else's I've been speaking with. Um, I think we touched on last week how I was feeling that it was time to stop playing small,
Mm-hmm.
and really be seen and heard. And I feel like that seems to be a theme for many of us that have been on a very challenging last few years. I think that it's now time to come out and assist those that are also beginning to feel changes that may not fully understand them. And we've touched on that as well. So I think that we're here now to perhaps support um, from a place of understanding, um, and non-judgment, and just to guide this. So for me, I have been working in my business as we've spoken about, empowering your purpose, which I am stepping out and have started now treating regularly from the House of Prana in Launceston, um, working with energy, essential oils, sound healing, and also I guess, holistic counselling or metaphysical counselling on a deeper level, not only for narcissistic abuse, but for those that feel the change and are really wanting to understand their state of consciousness or expand. So, that for me has been a quite quick transition this year. Also, one of the most exciting things for me is the collaboration with Mel Craven, who we started working together and had these amazing ideas. So we've collaborated into coming together as Light and Sound Awakening, um, and which we're working together out of the House of Prana in Launceston also, but also decided to bring some incredible retreats. So we were talking last year and felt very called to the wilderness, and I'm going to say Mother Earth because I am certainly called to connect to her on a deeper level. So we're creating this harmony in the wilderness at the Tarkine, in the Tarkine. So we've got a retreat together that's happening at the end of February. But that simply is a calling I felt that needed. I don't fully understand why I'm being called down there, but I have this incredible pulling, as Mel does, that we need to go and connect with her land, her the earth down there, and I know that something incredibly magical is going to happen. So for us, we're forming light and sound. Mel is from White Owl Medicine Woman. So yeah, it's just an incredible journey that we are on. We work very closely together with yoga, energy healing, meditation, drumming, cacao. She also brings through a couple of different things as I do, but she brings light language through, which is the universal language, which is absolutely magnificent. Am connecting further and deeper with the earth, the ley lines, and the grids, and I feel like something for that reason is going to happen
Well,
this year in various locations. Yeah.
Wow. So you mentioned the Tarkine. Can you just elaborate on that a little bit? What is the Tarkine or?
It is at Miuna, and I don't actually have all the information in front of me with regards to that. It's a very Indigenous place.
Okay.
The Tarkine Wilderness recently came out in a documentary because they're wanting to log and change it.
Okay.
So it's really.
So is it? It's a land. It's land.
It's a land mass.
Okay.
Yeah, the Tarkine.
Okay.
And I should know the people. It's the Luta. I am so sorry.
No,
my
that's
energy
all right.
shifts are going incredibly, and I just can't recall. I don't know
I
whether
didn't know
anyone
if it
else
was
is
a
having this
river
problem.
or a valley or something like that. So
No. So I am actually just going to,
have a
because I
Google.
have actually gone, well, I've gone absolutely blank, which
Yes,
is
as
happening
we
to
do.
me regularly
That's
at this moment.
yeah, yeah. Um,
So yes. And that's not going to help me. And I'm trying to think of the Indigenous people that it's from, and I've just gone totally blank. So it is in the northwest of Tasmania. So it's sort of, if you look at our little apple, it's sort of up
yes,
here and in a little bit.
yeah.
So you've got the edge of the world, and then we sort of go in a little bit, and they've got the Tarkine
Oh,
Wilderness.
beautiful. I'm going to have a look at
Um,
that. So, yeah, while you're looking up that, we'll talk about ley lines as well. So, the ley lines are amazing. They're also known in the Indigenous Aboriginal world as song lines, and they're the energy currents that we understand. Like we understand, I understand part of the Earth's natural system, um, and these lines seem to connect historical structures and landmarks. They they run with Earth energy. They are. So I'm really looking forward to learning more about ley lines, and so the ley lines are very, very, very strong in um, down in that area, the Tarkine, because they will be the song lines of the people. Um, Now, this is really interesting. The idea of ley lines originated in Europe in the early 20th centuries. Some believe that ley lines are guides for UFOs, migratory behavior, and earth worship. Others believe that ley lines have healing powers and can impact human health. So, yeah. Song lines are the type of ley lines that are specific to Australia. They're also known as telluric energy currents. Oh, I love it.
is that the song lines?
The song lines, yeah, which are
I
what the
think the song lines came from the Indigenous more so in Australia, where the ley lines are obviously a worldwide
yes,
phenomena, and
yeah,
attached very much to pyramids and the placement of all those
yeah,
from above so below. It's been a fascinating, and many of them have been shut down as we I will say in inverted commas, I'm going to say as humanity was dumbed down
Yes.
because the technology was so great. So now many of them are coming back online with the work that many people are doing
Yeah.
through greater awareness and connection now. And that's many of them now being reconnected and turned online and coming together again. Is that your understanding?
Yes, yeah, and as you say, these ancient megalithic structures are being explored and brought to the surface. It's fascinating to to watch and trace the lines of energy that move between them. But I do, I think that's exactly the same with the or very similar to the song lines in Australia, but because we rely on the beautiful ancient people, original first people of Australia to walk these song lines and to walk these ley lines, because what they see is not what we see. And so I think that they do walk these beautiful energy lines, and we in the deserts and out in those beautiful places in nature, we don't have the megalithic structures because the indigenous people have been here all by themselves for eons, thousands of years.
Yeah, well, if you look at, yeah, I mean, they think we've been here millions of years or whichever, but
Yeah,
absolutely. And
yeah,
so many of these structures, I mean, they had walked them because they had that connection
yeah,
to however you want to put it, whether it be good, God, source,
yeah,
all that is
yeah,
conscious or whatever. So that they were used to connect to that
yeah.
higher or to us or whoever you'd like to.
And I don't know yet, but I don't think that they had the ancient civilizations who were the architects of these megalithic structures. They didn't have them here. So those megalithic structures were built in specific areas that I don't know, put the roots down in certain places on these ley lines. So
Connected with the equinoxes and
yeah,
all of
yeah. So the
the
indigenous could do that
mm,
without having a structure, a physical structure to put down. They would have the rainbow serpents and the rainbow serpent and their specific um, animals and spiritual structures in those places.
yeah, but I just wonder when you said that actually, just because my mind is going at 100 miles per hour, if all these structures around the world are all of a sudden, some of them we've never seen or heard about, are suddenly appearing beneath the ocean or coming up from the ground or anything else. I just wonder at our neck of the woods down here and so close to the edge of the world, what's about to present with all the weather. Uh, uh, Things that have happened over the last 100,000 years.
Mm.
Do we have something here
I
that's
know, that's what
beneath
I
the
said. I have
surface?
no idea we have no idea
No.
because everything it's not reality here. You know what I mean? It's like it's not reality. We're only seeing what our collective minds are imagining or creating. So who knows? I think, and I think now we're on that, we're past the tipping point, but we're at that point where um, I think so many things are going to be uncovered that I'm so excited for the ride. But meanwhile, we'll go back to talking about your beautiful light and sound awakening. Um, retreats and happenings. And
I did have to just excuse myself for forgetting the information, because for me, I very much work intuitively and get guided. So for me, I often get guided to a place before I fully know um, what it is. And I know that Tarkine, I didn't know about the documentary at the time or what was going on down there. So I've had to educate myself a little bit. So I do excuse the fact that I wasn't fully prepared for that. But I did just have a quick look with some things, just out of interest. The Tarkine is the second largest temperate rainforest in the world, and the largest temperate rainforest in Australia, with over 400,000 hectares of virgin wilderness. So we can see that why it may at this moment be of interest to some to there are 3 types of plants that are a direct link with the South American, Patagonia, New Guinea, and New Zealand, with which Tasmania was connected to as part of the supercontinent, Gondwanaland.
Yes.
So there's a lot of magic down there. The home is Tarkine is home to more than 60 species of rare, threatened, and endangered species. The world's largest extant carnivorous marsupial, the Tasmanian devil, lives in the Tarkine rainforest. What? There are almost no introduced predators, and I didn't know that is a very fascinating thing, because I think they've been introduced nearly in all aspects of the world for the world's only known insect fossils were found in the Tarkine rainforest, found in sediments of true glacial origin, which makes me wonder what else is down there. Fossils between 100 to 700 million years old, algal stromatolite fossils were found around the Arthur and Julius rivers and Tasmania's oldest known fossils. So it is a very, very old. I didn't know all of that, and I know it is home to the Indigenous people, and I can't say the word, so I'm not going to embarrass myself. But just with those few things, you can see why it is trying to be attacked, and they want to log down there, and they want to, because that may be the last remaining absolute connection untouched to what we've just been talking about. So that some of that's a little bit surprising to me. So we've all learned something today.
We have. Oh, look, that is fascinating. And I think just the fact that you've both felt really called to go and work in that pristine, and from that pristine environment, is really special. So, oh God, I'm so jealous. I'd love to. It would be beautiful to go down there and to be part of that.
Oh, very isolated. Exactly as I said, I'm called down there. I think what's going to unfold will be a podcast in itself, because I don't fully understand. We know that we're going to put something together, but we both feel like it's going to be done when we get there. So it's not totally going to be planned, because we are both feeling something is going to take place.
Yeah, I think that's really important now, and the fact that we can actually let go of all of that, all of that belief that something has to be planned and structured that is being delivered. It's being delivered from your heart and from your intelligent connection with the earth and the sky. So, we can't, you can't plan that stuff. I've always, all the retreats that I've ever done, it's like, it's not my stuff. I just channel this stuff through and bring together people who I feel intuitively need to be there delivering information that they have. And you can't plan that stuff. You can't write it either. It's just it's just magical. And it's, as we were saying, letting go all of those old beliefs and how something needs to be. It's like, no, not doing it
Oh,
anymore.
absolutely. Like we have an idea that yes, it's going to be yoga and
Yeah.
meditation and cacao and drumming circles,
Mm.
but how it unfolds and what happens
Yeah.
in there. And as you said, it's been out. I think I've had this up. Mel and I have had this up for a week and a half.
Mm.
We already have 6 paid people coming. We're taking 10. And exactly what you said, the right people
Yeah.
will be called together
Yeah.
for us to do it all, um, whatever's going to take place. And it's
Yeah.
just going to be bare feet on the ground, allowing that full connection. We're all energy to connect to the energy of Gaia and to see what takes place. But as you said, resisting the need to control and know, letting
Yeah.
surrendering and stepping back as the observer. Because what I found last year was when I sat down to prepare for, say, a yoga class on a particular day, I'd waste all that energy,
Yeah.
couldn't really put it together, get on the stage, and you know what? Nothing I wrote went. It was just an intuitive flow from
Yeah.
whoever was in the class. So
Yeah.
just really learning to let go and
Oh, absolutely. And the thing
feel.
is, you've got all of the gifts and the skills, that and you're adaptable. So it's like, okay, whatever I get in the moment and whatever intuitive kind of inspiration I get in the moment, I'll bring that through. I'll bring that through yoga or drumming or a ceremony. And it's so authentic. People really appreciate, I think, that authenticity and that integrity with your word. It's just beautiful.
And I would like to just put myself vulnerable for a moment because I had a conversation with somebody that we met just 2 days ago, and I could tell that she had this most amazing energy, and she's transforming. She sort of has that awareness, but she has a gift. She channels and she doubts herself. So
Mhm.
I said to her, I said, we're all doubting ourselves. And she said, but, you're so sure of, and I said, no. And this is what I want to say with you, with stepping back and observing, because only up to 2 weeks ago, I hired that room to go and do some work. And I had these doubts again. Oh, what have I got to bring to the table? What am I going to do? What am I? And, I had to really sit with that. And I just sat there and go, okay, if I'm exactly what I keep receiving, that I have it all inside and I know what I'm going to do and I've been doing this, and this, why don't you just trust and see what comes together?
Yeah.
So I go and do this. I had a few clients booked that day, had no idea what I was going to do, took my bowls, took my oils, and my heart and cup was filled by the end of the day because you know what? I had no idea what I was going to do. I knew I was going to do chakra alignments. I knew what I was going to do. And I just sat there and I just intuitively allowed myself to just believe or know that I know what I was going to do. And I stepped into that. And
Yeah.
this is what I'm
Wow.
talking. Again, it takes trust that your journey and where you're going to now that you have the answers, that if we can step out and stop resisting who we truly are and doubting ourselves and stepping into a place of confidence and allow that self-expression to flow through, it happens. And I really want to say that because I know people are going, but I don't have, I don't, which is all
Yeah.
the things I'm moving through. But you know what? We do when we allow and
Yeah.
let go. And I really just want to share that because I think we are all, and I've never said I'm further along than anywhere else. I'm walking the talk with you and I'm having to do the work. And this is what pays when it does because it does flow. It
Mm.
does happen. We do have the answers. Anyway.
Yes. Oh, well done. Well done. It's huge. And what we don't, I think so many of us don't understand is that, and don't really realize, is that underpinning all of that imposter syndrome is a really embedded old belief that it's come through culturally, it's come through from society's teachings and from our familial teachings. It's like, what are the neighbors going to say? What are they going to think? What are this? And even though we can quite happily say, I don't care what anyone thinks. Deep, deep down, there's a part of us that does. So when we dig in there and just, the easiest thing I've found to do is to if I am going through that, oh my God, who do I think I am? It's then as soon as that question comes up, I turn inside and say, can I please connect with the part of me who believes that she's not good enough? She's not enough. And immediately, in acknowledging that there is a part that does that, immediately we can feel that lift and that, oh, I'm recognized. And then we can get on with, because what have we got to lose? I think that,
Nothing.
and we can say that and we can click onto that when we've acknowledged that, oh gosh, the little part, and it might have been a 2-year-old part, might have been a 7-year-old part, might have been 11, 15, whatever. It's always a little part of our consciousness that's still hooked back in there. And, this is why I love the work that you are bringing out into the world, because it's helping people to recognize that and to see that and to know that there are ways of changing, and not necessarily changing, but just acknowledging, letting go, and stepping into the who we want to be.
Yeah, just questioning, is this really what I am? And that's the thing, just start questioning.
Yeah,
And like
yeah,
my fear, if I was to have a fear at all, would be my fear of not stepping into what I could be. That is driving me now. It's just like, and it's
right.
not even a fear, it's
Yeah,
more of an excitement. What can
yeah,
if I'm not this anymore, if I've actually got to this and I'm actually allowing myself to enjoy this and fill my heart from beautiful energies and doing what brings me passion, what does that look like? Where can I take that? I mean, it'll be something that I've not even thought about. So why do I want to think I want to go there? Because I could actually go way up there, not
who
knowing that
knows?
that's exactly where I know. And that is like, oh, I can't stop here. I'm just going to and as you said, what have I got to lose?
Yeah,
The only thing I've got to lose is stopping myself. And
yeah.
what a shame would that be?
Well, it's ourselves, isn't it?
Oh,
That's what we have to lose, and our potential, the fulfillment of our attention. Anyway, time is here. So, guys,
oh,
I know,
wow,
uh,
wow.
goes so quickly, doesn't it? Oh, that's been so good, and I'm really glad you could actually lay out this beautiful gift that you're offering for people. Um, I'll share it on my page too. Didn't even think. I forgot. Um, now that I'm back from holiday and back into a routine, makes such a difference. Okay, so lovely to see you as ever. I hope everybody who sees this will be inspired and inspired to go explore more about what they may be experiencing in their energies and in their feeling sensations in their bodies. So I will say goodbye and goodbye to you.
Oh, goodbye. And gosh, just have a beautiful, magical day and trust that you are more than what you really believe you are.
Ooh, I like that. Okay. Bye, everybody.